Alright, hello. It is approaching 9:30 on December 13th, 2019, and this is your update on the soaker. We've had fairly steady rain now for the past 6 hours, but you can see here on the radar we have some really heavy rain right now that is offshore, off the Jersey Shore, that is heading right for Long Island. This batch right here, you see. So over the next, I would say, hour or so, things are going to get much, much worse over Long Island, with some pretty heavy torrential rains approaching. So again, this is off to the south. This band you see right here, that's going to be approaching us. Very heavy torrential rains with this system here. So again, this is going to be torrential rain probably in the next hour or so. If we'll look at a couple of other radars. Let's look at the AccuWeather radar, and you could really see here. This is actually even better. The resolution on this is much better, and you could see this is the heavy rain right here south of Long Island. This whole batch right here is moving up toward Long Island, and then we have another batch that is off the Carolina coast. Also, reds. Look at these reds here. So again, very unusual to see this in December. Again, we're seeing a lot of more moisture in the air, which is causing these. So again, look at this. We'll zoom in on both of these. So let's first look at this one here that's heading toward us. And this is some really heavy rain. This is going to cause localized flash flooding, localized street and flash flooding. So this is heading right, literally. This is Atlantic City right here. You can see here's New Jersey, the Jersey Shore, and Long Island right here. And here you go. This has Long Island in its crosshairs. So this is going to be some torrential rain with possible thunderstorms with this batch here. I'm going to show you the lightning in a minute. There's no lightning with this batch. However, if we go further south, you'll see there's more heading right up the coast. So this is the other batch that's going to be hitting us later tonight and into the morning. And look at this. Reds. These are thunderstorms here, by the way. Some of these could be strong thunderstorms off the coast of North Carolina. And this, again, is heading right up the coast here, as you see. So, again, this is going to be one hell of a soaker tonight. Not really. I was watching News 12, and Samantha Ojiri, absolutely awful. She doesn't realize the seriousness of it. That she was saying, oh, it's going to be 1 to 2 inches of rain. It's going to be more than that. When we looked at the models, she isn't even looking at the models, this woman, all right? I'm not even going to show you her because there's no sense wasting space in this video to show you her. She's just a preppy blonde that's clueless and has no business doing the weather when we have serious weather going on. So again, this batch here is heading for Long Island. This batch you see right here. So really heavy rain tonight. We're going to look at the Vent2 Sky Radar 2 as well, and you can see this also kind of shows you the warmth offshore here as well that we're dealing with here. So we're going to look at the radar on this as well. So I'll show you again this heavy batch here. Here you go. So this is this heavy batch here that's approaching, and this is also estimated radar from satellite. You can see, look at some of these echoes here. So really intense rains that we're going to be getting over our area. So now we'll look at the lightning and show you there's no lightning with the one that's off the Jersey Shore. However, the one that's off North Carolina is producing a lightning. You can see right here, lightning being produced by these cells. So again, you have thunderstorms here that are moving. Thunderstorms, yes, I know. It's December, and we're talking about summer weather in December. I know. I'm well aware of it. All right, that's what's wrong with this picture. Hello? I mean, let's look at the weather and hazards, too. We're going to look at that. And we'll get some observations for you. Might also go to one to ground, too, as well. We'll get some observations. We can put the radar in here as well, and put that and the observations in here. So let's put the surface observations in here as well. So you can see we are well into the 50s already. Well into the 50s. Let me put dew point in there too. So you can see well into the 50s across Long Island. Winds are starting to pick up from the southeast. I don't know. Some of the radar is missing over here. You can see this buoy out here close to 60 degrees already with a dew point of 56. So this is the kind of air you're working with here. Just very warm, very humid tropical air that's coming right up the East Coast. I mean, here we are in December talking about this, which is nuts, absolutely nuts. Let me go over some more observations here over our areas. We can get some more observations. So 53 degrees at Farmingdale right now, dew point 51, east of 15. Yes, I've had to put the air conditioner on because it's so humid and warm and just disgusting. 51, it's December, all right? East wind 8, gusting to 17, dew point 50. That's Gabreski Airport. Let's go a little further to the south and east. Let's go to Atlantic City. I'm not even going to deal with Tom's River because I know their site doesn't even work. So 55 degrees in Atlantic City. This is probably what it is in Tom's River. Dew point up to 54, and an east wind at 13 miles an hour. So this is, again, the kind of air mass we're dealing with here. Let's look at the satellite, and I'll show you the storm here. It almost looks somewhat, it's not tropical, but I mean, look at these cloud tops, how white they are. This is the storm right here. So this is it, heading up the coast right here. So let's go look at the models, and let's see what the latest from the models is putting out. All right, so again, look at this heavy rain. We're going to have heavy yellows going over our area. This is the GFS, and the GFS kind of has the rain lingering into the evening. This is the 18Z run now, so we have that. So let's see how much rain the GFS gives us here. Still, almost 2 inches or more, perhaps. This gonna be a lot of rain tonight. A lot of rain. And let's look at the NAM, 12-kilometer NAM, which we already, I believe, looked at. Oh, this is the 0Z run. Do I have enough of the 0Z run to use? Actually, I think I do. All right, so this is the G again, and you see those 2-inch amounts. I still think it might wind up being more than that, but definitely close to 2 inches almost over on the entirety of Long Island, New York City, Jersey Shore, especially with these batches. Look, they're heading right for us. So let's change this over to this so you can see visualize what's coming tonight. So here you go. Here is that let's see if it's actually modeling that batch. The batch is a little further east, so that heavy batch is going to go over Long Island, and then we have that second heavy batch that's going to go over us in the morning on Saturday with a 995 millibar low. That moves out of here, and at least the NAM doesn't give us any more rain, and then at least we dry out in the evening. At least. And again, this is the 12-kilometer NAM. I could use the 3-kilometer NAM, but we probably don't have as much of that in. This is the higher resolution, but sometimes because it's so high, it's going to have more data. But look at these heavy batches. So you can see these heavy batches just slamming Long Island here. There's another one. So again, look at that. East Suffolk County especially, 991 millibar low. Could be thunderstorms in there. And then it kind of ends, fortunately. So again, this is what we're dealing with right now across our area. Is this soaker of a rainstorm. So let's look at the dew points. Might as well go to the dew points now on the NAM and take a look at this. Again, I'm going to put this to the 12-kilometer. So show you the humidity that's coming in tonight. So you can see the humidity. And if you go off here, there's some, luckily the storm is tracking the way it is. Because imagine if it was tracking a little more inland, would be involved in this really disgusting air. Dew points here are 70 degrees. So that's like summertime humidity, all right? That's just offshore. We're not getting into that, fortunately. You can see some of these high dew points and high temperatures that we're going to be dealing with. Let's switch this over to thermodynamics temperature. I'd rather use the NAM because it just has higher resolution than the GFS as far as the temperatures go. So you can see the warmth that's over our area right now. Associated with it comes to an end tomorrow. All right, but this is just tropical air that we're dealing with here. It's bringing these heavy rains to us. I do want to look at one other model, and that's the HDRPS. This model I don't normally look at, but I want to see what the total accumulated precip is on this one here. And you can see if you look over here offshore, I know this is not a reputable model, but look at some of the moisture offshore that we're going to be dealing with. So let's go ahead and look at the windy.com as well. Might as well look at that one more time. Well, maybe not one more time, but we want to look at some of these values here. So we're at wind right now, so it's displaying the winds 19, 13. I'm thinking are those the winds? that are being displayed? No, those aren't the winds. Those are the winds. Okay, so yeah, these are the wind gusts that are occurring across areas. So it's displaying the values of that. And you could see here that, again, offshore is where you got those higher wind gusts, 44 miles an hour. But if we look at the wind, again, this uses the euro. The worst of the winds kind of stays over the east end. But, again, within some of these heavy showers, they could bring down some strong winds. Oh, boy, look at that. 67? Oh, these are wind gusts tomorrow morning. Look at this, right off Montauk. Wow. The Cape's probably going to get hammered. Oh, that is so weird. It is so weird. Well, let's go to temperatures now. So this is the temperatures, all right? And so if we go and we look offshore here, and this is why I want to use this, because I want to show you how warm the air is offshore. You see temperature 60 degrees offshore here. All right, if we go a little further offshore, let's move this up to 12 so you can see the kind of air that's coming in. So, and look at some of this air over here. So temperatures in the 70s over here, this air offshore. And that comes fairly close to us. Look, 5 in the morning here. Temperatures offshore in the mid-60s. And you know it's humid too. If you look at the dew points, you'll see at the dew points, you got this really juiced up air, and that's what's providing the moisture for this, for all this rain that we're going to be getting. So it's just insanity. Insanity is what it is. I don't know what else to say. This is very unusual to see. Let's go right back to the Weather Service site, because I want to show you the climatology for this month so far. So I want to look at the daily climate report for islip to show you how much rain we've already gotten this month already. And we're let's see. So we're already month to date 3.27. The normal value for December at this time is 1.81. So we're way above normal as far as rainfall goes. Way above normal. As far as rainfall goes for the month, and we're going to be getting even more than that. So it's going to be crazy is what it's going to be as far as the rainfall goes. So let me go to underground here, and we're going to look at the rainfall amounts so far, even though that probably isn't too much to mention here. We're just going to look at them so far. Oh, look at that already. Look at the daily rainfall already. We've already gotten 0.64 inches at around Mineola, 0.63. So the worst of it isn't even here yet. So that's what I'm saying. I think we're easily going to exceed 2 inches of rain for this storm. Already look at some of these amounts in New Jersey. Already close to 3/4 of an inch. And like I said, we're just getting started here. We're just getting started with these rain amounts. Why does the temperature look like that? We'll do temperature wind. That's better. So again, we're in the 50s. You got this real just juiced up air. It's over us. It's worst of it. The core of it's offshore, but still, we're going to be getting a lot more rain through the night. So I'll keep you updated depending on. Maybe I'll do another weather update before midnight as we're doing, because we're in record territory. We're seeing things that we've never seen in December before. So it's very unusual, very important. Obviously, the mainstream media doesn't realize the importance of it. News 12 didn't even lead with this. They led with the president. So, absolutely ridiculous. And they say local matters, and then they lead with a story about the president. This is not local news. But, a certain demographic wants to hear about it and not hear about the serious climate crisis we're in. So that's why when you have these crazy weather stories, with these rains, they're not going to really talk about it because they want to pretend that we're not in a climate crisis when we are. And you just got to look outside and deal with all these rainstorms we're getting in the middle of December here. Maybe wettest December on record because we have more moisture in the air, warmer oceans, warmer air, holds more water vapor. It doesn't take a rocket scientist to figure this out. And I'm glad, and I'm going to say this finally in this video, I'm glad Greta Thunberg was named Person of the Year, because it's exactly the kind of person of the year we need, is somebody who's going to speak up about the serious climate crisis we are in. I'm sorry if a certain demographic doesn't like that, but this is what we're dealing with here as we deal with these worsening climate. We're seeing things we've just never seen before. Oh, look at this. We already have a reading of 1.18 inches of rain over here in the Rockaways. So there you go. JFK, close to 0.91 already, and the worst of it isn't even here yet. So we're just getting soaked with all this rain And let's go to earthnullschool.net, and then I'll wrap this up because I want to explain to you. If I didn't, I explained it in the other update, but I'm gonna explain it to you again. Uh, Total precipitable water. So we're gonna look at this here, and this kind of tells you the story of all the tropical moisture that's coming right up the East Coast. So the whole East Coast is getting wetter. The West is getting drier. So you're gonna have more soakers and more rain in the East, and the West is going to be getting drier and drier and drier. All right, Flagstaff, for instance, they had a nice day, sunny skies. They hardly get any rain at all. It's a real desert there, and it's getting drier and drier and drier. But they got plenty of sun while we're dealing with all the rain. We got this inequity in the system because of the climate, and again, it's all due to that jet stream. So yeah, let me look at that too. So this is total cloud water. This is another thing we can use here. It tells you how much water is in the clouds. But let's go look at the jet stream here, and then I'll wrap this up. So here's your problem. We're looking at the jet stream again, and you see you got this narrow trough, and then this huge ridge just coming right up here. And again, the jet stream is fueled by the difference between the poles and the equator. So when the Arctic is warmer, you're going to have less of a difference, and therefore a weaker, wavier jet stream. And this kind of jet stream pattern basically means that we're not going to have seasons anymore. We're going to have these crazy extremes where we're going to be going from 50s to 20s and then back again with rainstorms. It's going to be extreme variability in the weather. And it's going to become harder and harder to predict the weather. So yeah, that's been my little climate rant on this weather update. But it had to be done because I'm tired. I really got pissed with News 12 today, not talking much about this storm and the kind of flooding we could have, flash flooding. This is not normal to have in December. And there's little Samantha Augeri in her own preppy world. Yeah, Samantha Augeri. Let's bring her up again because I'm sorry, I can't stand this woman. All right? And this is on topic because it has to do with the weather. All right? Meet the Met. She's back. She's back. She's not a meteorologist. She's not even AMS certified. All right? She's not even AMS preppy woman right here. All right? I'm sorry, but she replaces Bill Corbell, who's a seasoned AMS certified meteorology. We get this. She did communications and journalism before meteorology. All right? This is not her main thing. All right? How could she even fill in for Bill? I'm sorry. Put Jeff Banson on. I'd rather even have Pat Cavlin on. Or what about Bruce Avery? She is clueless. She has no business being on the air. I'm sorry for the rant. But we have serious Long Island's being impacted by these storms, and we've got a freaking blonde airhead snob doing the weather who has not a clue as to what's going on, what's really going on this planet. So I'm sorry for the rant, I really am, but it had to be done. It is on topic because it's about the weather, and I'm passionate about the environment. I may not be talking about the other things, but when it comes to the environment and the Pine Barrens, I am not going to compromise. I'm going to speak up about it every chance I get. So here we go once again, latest radar. Get ready in the next half hour or so. It's going to become very, very wet, and we're going to have very heavy rain across the area. And the Weather Service has issued coastal flood statements. And I honestly think a flash flood watch would be warranted, but I don't think we have that in effect. Let's see. No, we don't. It should be. But again, the Weather Service is getting orders from the blowhard that's getting impeached, hopefully. So they're probably not being told not to issue these things. We don't want to alarm people. Well, we're in a climate emergency. Wake up. That'll be it for this weather update. And I'll probably try to have another one with you before the night is over to look at the rainfall totals. Take care, and thank you for watching.